All right. Can I get everyone's attention? After the first 5 minutes, you can yap it up. But the most important thing is, y'all know what we're here for, right? Woo!
Number 10.
Dutch is near and dear to, I think, every person in this room tonight. I've had a lot of dealings with Dutch, and we go way back. Turn the sound on, Lauren.
Yeah, I got you.
Hold it closer. There we go. All right, so we're here every month for this fan's view. We're celebrating our 350th show, but that's not what this is about. This is about raising money tonight for the Darren Dalton Foundation. I got two members right here. Scott, do they know you?
That would be enough.
Yeah. Nobody comes to these things to see me.
I thought
I don't know why, but
You said you were the best looking guy up here.
I am the best looking guy. I think if we pulled the ring, we'll all say that.
Let me do it. Everybody, this is Scott Freeze. And I can't give enough props to him for what he's done to help the Darren Dalton Foundation and what he does. If you want something to get done and to happen, this is the man to make it happen. That's why he's so good for the Darren Dalton Foundation.
And my wife's here. She disagrees with that.
So that's why you got whip marks on your back.
How much did you pay Tom?
Let's give it up for Tommy Green, Dickie Knowles, Ed Wade, Steve Jeltz. Who am I missing?
The good-looking guy, Bill Thompson.
Bill Thompson. Who else am I missing?
Did you get Dickie Knowles?
We got
They've
Dickie
got all
Mill.
their lovely guys.
Oh, Ed Wade.
Ed Wade.
The
I want to thank
architect.
each and every one of you guys.
Special.
This is fantastic. This is a great night. Without further ado, I have one thing, and I'd be remiss if I didn't make the announcement publicly so it can be heard. Team Toyota, right down the street, made a $500 donation to the foundation today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
You said Team Toyota?
Team Toyota.
So,
Toyota Glen.
No.
Right here, right up the street.
okay.
But he's got 3 locations.
Yeah, I was saying.
Princeton and Langmore.
Does Paul have
what's
anything to do with that?
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta finally give him a hug, don't we? Oh, that's gonna hurt me.
That's gonna hurt.
We'll thank him and smack him at the same time.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we got a lot going on tonight. We're going to try to get all the guys up here to give us a little Dutch story. First and foremost, I want to throw it over to Scott. Brent's got no show with us, is it?
No, Brett runs on Brett time. It's kind of like island time. He'll get here when he gets here.
Brett, stand up. We can't see you.
Yeah, he could be
Where are you,
here.
Brett?
He might be here
He
somewhere.
could be here. He's about 4'10". So,
Well, I know that everybody's here for the Phillies guys, and you don't want to hear a lot from me, but I'm going to go through the foundation and why we are here today and why these guys came out. So the Darren Dalton Foundation, as everybody knows, Dutch passed away from brain cancer, glioblastoma to be specific. And before he passed, he started this foundation. What we do is help families in the area that are medically and financially cleared and have a need that are suffering from glioblastoma. And it's not where we just give them a check and then it's on them to spend the money or to pay the bills. We take that all off their plate. We have a financial committee that works with the mortgage company, their landlords if it's rent, medical bills, credit card bills, car payments. And we take all that off their plate and work directly with who needs to be paid to pay their bills, so it's one less thing they need to worry about. Nobody involved with the foundation takes salaries, gets paid. The only way we raise money is events like this. We have the raffle tickets back there. There is a QR code with a donate now, and there is a QR code with a list of events that we have coming up. For instance, I'll run through it quickly on DarrenDaltonFoundation.com. I'm sorry, .org.
.org, yeah.
Monday, June 23rd, we have a golf outing at Oakview Country Club, where we'll have about 12 of these guys coming out. Saturday, July 12th, in Live Casino is celebrity bartending. We get probably 24 former players to come out, serve you beers, make their way through, hang out with everybody, take pictures, tell stories. Much less formal than this, where you're sitting down and eating. Monday, July 14th is our annual golf outing. I think it's sold out. However, we also are having a pickleball tournament. It's at DuPont Country Club. You can sign up for that. I'm sorry, the golf outing is not completely sold off. We have 2 tournaments going on. The Saturday, September 6th at the Chesapeake Inn, which is a fantastic place. We have our Fall Classic, which is a giant beef and beer, but the beef is sushi and high-end food. And we have 13 of the former players milling around, doing pictures, hanging out, telling stories. And Friday, November 14th is our annual gala. It's called Bow Ties and Bases. It's a black tie event at the Bellevue Hotel. There's sponsorship opportunities. You can buy a whole table. You can buy just a seat. It's all on the website. List everything that's out there. And the fun part with our events is these guys will come up to you. They'll meet your kids. They'll meet your wife. They'll take pictures with you. They'll sign your baseballs. They'll answer your questions. They'll tell your stories. And they'll just be roaming around through the room in anything that we have. Same thing with the golf outing. You can actually buy Tommy Green to be your 5th golfer. You can buy Dickie Knowles. He's a ringer to be your 5th golfer. Sorry, you can rent Dickie Knowles to be your 5th golfer. His wife will not allow him to be so. Ex-wife, sorry. She gonna pocket everything she can.
Scott,
There we go.
You see that look?
Oh,
I've gotten that look before. But
I've seen that look before by Dickie Knowles.
you see how Milton's laughing? This is why I do this. So today's event, and it's a great donation, we appreciate this. The only way that we get any money is you guys buying the raffle tickets. You guys scanning the QR code and making a donation. It's the only way that the foundation actually gets to raise any money tonight. So I will speak for the rest of the guys, even Dickie, would appreciate if you would buy more raffle tickets, scan that QR code, donate whatever you can, and I will be more than happy if you're having trouble getting one of these guys to come over and talk to you. I will go get them and corral them for you if you make a nice donation.
There you go. There you go.
Take a breath.
I like to talk. You know this.
Tommy, it's all yours.
Oh, what do you want to know?
Give us your best Dutch story.
Oh, I can't go there, man. You know what happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse.
All right. So let's take it downtown to Philly one another.
What now? I can't go there, man. You're asking me to tell something that's like cardinal rules. We can't. Ask Bill, ask Nick. You can't go there. You can't tell stories about what happens, you know?
How about how you met your wife?
Where? Hey, Scott, tell him, Scott.
Since Tommy's shy for the first time in his life, he doesn't want to tell any Dutch stories, I figured you could probably tell everybody how you met your wife.
Yeah.
That's a Dutch story.
Hey, Smalls. Hey, Smalls.
Smalls, you're being paid.
They want me to tell our story.
Come on up. No, come on up.
Come here, Smalls.
All right, come on, Smalls.
Come on up. Have a seat.
Come on, get up here. This is, I have to credit, guys. Darren Dalton had a major impact on my life, not just on the field, but off the field. I know everybody in here has probably went through family-wise some hardships in their lives and stuff like that. But back in 2010, I lost my first wife to cancer. And obviously something like that, when you start going through something, it changes your life. And that's where it started for me. So I was sitting in my basement one night. It was after my wife passed, and I got a text on my phone. And this is how me and Wendy met first. It said, "Hey Tommy, this is Wendy Darling. 1986 spring training, West Palm Beach, days in. Do you remember me?" And then she texted back, Darren, said, "Darren Dalton gave me your number." And I started laughing. My mother was sitting beside me. My mother looked at me and said, "What you laughing about?" I said, "Mom, read this." Well, back in 1986, don't hold this against me. I was playing with the Atlanta. I got drafted by the Atlanta Braves in '85. It was my first spring training. I got a chance to meet Bill Thompson there, that first spring training. He played with the Braves back in the day. But that was my first spring training, 1st of March, and the days in that they housed us in as minor league baseball players. There's like 130 guys. We walk in and start filtering in that day. Got our room assignments. As I'm walking through the pool, this is not a hotel. This is a motel, guys. This is a completely different thing. You got that, it opens up through the outside. There's not much to it otherwise than the pool in the middle of it. And as we're walking up, I happen to be on the inside, on the upper deck, on the second floor, and I look down. There's probably 6, 7, 8 of us on that second floor going. And there's 12 girls from Osiris College at that end of the pool.
Were you there?
And one of them happened to be Smalls over here. And the other one, there's some more girls over here. It was Jen and her sister Jenny, right? If I'm not mistaken. And Jenny, and there's a bunch of guys, girls, excuse me, not guys, but they were all upset at arms. They were down for spring break. And there were nobody in that motel except people like us now, 60-year-old people, and they were college girls looking for a good time and thing. So this is how Wendy explained it to me. She saw us walk in, she goes, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo," and I was Mo. So we first met down there in 1986. I was default. Mo was like, going forward, and this man right here, that they're turn around so they can see him. Okay. This man right here was doing a function up at Bucks County, Nebraska Steakhouse, and Wendy happened to be at that function. And here's my famous line that everybody knows, and all the women here know for definite, is what woman on the face of the planet goes up to that dude right there and asked about another dude, which was me. Yeah. She asked about me. She went up to Darren Dalton and asked about another dude. And that's how the conversation started. Darren had to tell her, what happened in my life. I had just lost my first wife. And by the end of the night, she goes up. I call her Smalls. She's my best friend. But her real name, and she goes up to Darren Dalton and says, "Here's my card. You'll remember me by my maiden name. Her name is Wendy Darling from Peter Pan, basically. Her name is Wendy Darling." So he took the card, took his phone out, wrote my phone number on the back, and looked at her, and only she could say that was like, "You make sure you tell Tommy I gave you that Dutch told you that I gave you the." That's the story. And that's where it started. You know, and I didn't live here. I was in Richmond, and that's where it started. The friendship started. And now we've been married for like 12 years maybe too. So, and I got the chance to tell Darren, to tell one of my dear friends how much he changed my life. The day he died, I was down at the ballpark, and I got it was after that. It was right the day after, basically, had a press conference, and I got a chance to say, hey, changed my life and saved my life because I was in a dark place, and he showed me a light out. He was one of my dear friends, and I got a chance to tell him what he did for me. A little small gesture it changed my life. Good heart. So I got a chance to tell him I love him, and give him a hug, and tell him how much he meant to me. So that was a very important day in my life. You know, and I get a chance to see him basically every day because I'm married to her and what he did for me. So that's my story. That's our story. But I got plenty more. You know, being that good-looking guy. You know, with Darren Dalton, I've never seen him have an effect on people walking in the bar like this or a place like this. You know, I've never seen women act the way they act when he would walk in the door. You know? Yeah, come on, you trying to rub me off? No, I ain't running you off. I'm getting ready to keep you. Okay.
He's giving you the cane.
Okay, I'm getting ready to
Anybody
go.
want to come and sit next to Dickie?
I'm getting ready. Hey, I'm walking off on this one.
Anybody want to sit next to
I
Dickie?
got a chance to see from a far away, like if Darren Dalton walked over to the bar and sit down, I could watch. And one night I watched, and I think it was, I look at it and I said, it's like watching Jurassic Park. You ever seen the movie Jurassic Park out in the tall grass? And something happens, and all of a sudden you see the velociraptor pop up like that. That was the women at the bar that night when he walked in. And I've never seen nothing like that in my life. He walked over like that. And that's a true story that I saw in Cincinnati one night at a bar just like this, but it had about 4 times more people in it. True story. Very cool.
Thank you.
All right, before we close up here real quick, wristbands, green wristbands, go back and see the girls in the corner, because these guys have made themselves available afterwards for autographs and photo ops. Gotta have a wristband, gotta buy raffle tickets, gotta buy tickets. This is all for the Darren Dalton Foundation. I got Nicky Mills going to tell us a short story about his friend and what he's going through in his life.
And because I'm afraid that Dickie's going to hurt me, Steve Jones. Chelsea. So, in case you guys weren't aware, Chelsea and Dutch came up together. They spent the minor league days together. And Chelsea tells a great story for those of you that don't remember. Said, I walked out on that field for my first game. I look to my right and I see Mike Schmidt. I look to my left, I see Joe Morgan, and I'm throwing the ball to Pete Rose. Now, if that isn't a way to enter professional baseball or Major League Baseball, I don't know what the hell is.
You're on, brother. Well, thank you for having us. It's a great occasion. I think to think about what Mike's done for a lot of people and what he went through, I think he's an example for a lot of people. My experience with Dutch, when we came back in Kansas and worked out at the University of Kansas, he lived up in Park City, Lawrence, and he stayed at my house and we go to KU, I went to KU, and we worked out. I like how he worked out. He worked out on the football play. That's what we did. I got football in my first sport, so I like working out the game. I couldn't tell. Every time, that's what we really look at. So we drive around the corner. We out there talking to the super. That's what we were and we take off from there and go down the corner. So that was, we had a lot of fun when we talked about the think on the field, we communicate all the time. Third down catchers. I mean, we would just talk, hand signals and I kind of knew what was going on and he was controlling this very well. I mean, I don't know if you understand pitchers feel good about catching their pitch. They get comfortable, they throw the ball better. And for me, when the door's not behind them, when they're not loud, they're trying to hit the spot, I can make plays. So, Darren and I work together with that. We work with this, I'll tell you this story. So we're in St. Louis. And Vince Coleman, nobody could throw him out. We didn't have a pitcher catching combination that could throw him out on the clock.
Not a lot of guys did.
Yeah, we didn't have it. So he gets on first base, they take a road from pitch. And I called him out. I called back up to the mound. I said, throw me a pop-up. And he looks at me and he said, what? I said, throw me a pop-up. Go Texas leader on the second base side. He looks at me and he starts smiling and goes, okay, I got you, Jeffrey. I said, you're going to be the first one to throw this guy out. Wow. So Vince takes off. He never looked back when he throws second base. He had his head down. He wasn't looking back. So I run on the backside of the second base side bag, throw my arms up. I got it. And Vince stops. I catch the ball and I tag him, and he's out. So he runs by the first base coach, and I see him snap his head back, but he couldn't hear what he said. And I kept watching him. He went down into the dugout, and then he turned around, and I just kind of laughed.
I'm sorry.
But that's, on the field and off the field, it's kind of the same thing. We played the game inside the game, but he was a phenomenal person. He was a phenomenal person, and just enjoyed to be around and just enjoyed the play. We kept everything pretty loose, but when we got on the field, it was serious and we got busy. There's not a person in this world, and he wouldn't try to help. He was always smiling, he always did things for people. You people who know exactly what I'm talking about. The foundation is, with Scott and Brett and everybody that's working on this, all the guys always show up. Is for a gracious cause. This is what it's all about, trying to help people. So, I thank you all for coming out today tonight and do whatever you can do to try to make the foundation be appreciated.
That's great, Chelsea. You're right. First time I met Darren Dalton was in 1983. I was with the Cubs then. I got traded to the Cubs. We had a mutual friend, Bob Tiefenauer, legendary. You remember Tief, the legendary pitching coach for the Phillies. And he told Darren Dalton, I was one of his favorite players ever, and Darren Dalton was the other one. Darren Dalton came up in 1983 in September. So Darren comes up, he's got this big brace on his leg, and I'm pitching against the Phillies. And so he tells, Tiefenauer calls me and says, I want you to talk to this kid, Darren Dalton. I said, who? Darren Dalton. He's not going to play. He's a young kid. He's got a brace on his knee. It's September. I told him to go over and introduce himself to you. So the first day in Chicago, I don't see Darren Dalton. I ain't looking for him. Second day, I don't see Darren Dalton. I ain't looking for him. Sunday game, I'm pitching. I see this guy throwing. He's got a funky throwing motion. He's got a big old brace on his knee. And I said on his back, I said, Dalton, I said, Teeth called me that morning and said, make sure you say hello to him. I go, I'm pitching. He goes, it don't matter. He's not going to play. I walk over and I get over there and I said, hey, are you Darren Dalton? He wouldn't say nothing to me. I went, freak him. I got ready to go warm up. And he goes, hey, man. And I said, are you Darren Dalton or not? He goes, yeah. I said, I'm Dickie Knowles. Keith and I were ready to say hello to you. And he didn't even shake my hand. And he finally goes, man, I'm sorry. Keith told me if I talked to you on the day you were pitching, you'd hit me in the head. Don't do it on the day he's pitching. So I was like, okay. But that was when I first met him. Later on, I met him again. He came up and gave me a kiss on my cheek. I didn't really like that. I said, hey, dude, talking to me on the day I pitch is not as bad as kissing me. And that was Dutch. He would kiss everybody, and I miss that kiss. I miss that kiss big time. He was one of my favorite people.
The only guy allowed to kiss me.
And my daughter. Yeah, only God allowed to kiss me too, brother.
The only guy allowed to kiss me.
My daughter was young. She loved Darren Dalton like every woman around. And every time she'd come to spring training, Dutch would make a big deal of her. And to this day, she still has stuff signed by Dutch. She loved him. The greatest thing I can say about Dutch Dalton, and Milt will pick up on this, was 1993. That team was my first full year of working for the Phillies, and I was in the community relations department. And no matter what, I could die tomorrow. That was the best team I've ever been around for community relations, and it starts with the leader. He was a real, true leader. Right, Bill?
No question. From the business guy, man. Listen here.
Oh, yeah.
He had a nickname for everybody in the team. I was Scooter, Tootie Green. I mean, we all had nicknames. He loved us, man. He was the kind of leader who led by example. He knew how to talk. Right. If we get to have to say something, you better listen. You know, you could be a young pitcher and you come up, he's back there giving time. You better not shake your head.
Yeah.
You need to come down and shake your head and he's coming out to talk to you. I think I know this game pretty good. You better listen to me and follow my lead.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's the good thing about Dutch. You know, he's a guy that, like you said, will get on you and say something when he has to, but then give you a kiss right after. You know what I mean? Like, and you need leaders like that. You know, especially.
Or you're going to be picking yourself up off the floor.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, exactly. You know, but you need leaders, and I don't think you have that in today's baseball.
You know, the thing is, that team was so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, right away you understand. He was the guy who got everything started because you had three platoons. No teams ever went to the World Series that three platoons that year. You know what I'm saying? When we all worked together, we all knew our jobs. Every now and then we had to get into the street.
Oh, yeah.
Most of us, we knew our job was, and we just trying to get our job.
Can you share with this crowd and everybody else the being in the Villa foul ball story?
Oh my goodness. I guess I can do that because it wasn't in the clubhouse. So, yeah. He was having one of his days where he was complaining and everything was going on. I think Darren had had enough. So Darren said, you know what, after this game, I'm going to kick your butt. Right? And unfortunately, Darren took two balls off his collarbone and he actually broke his collarbone. He stayed in the game. He finished the game. And after the game, he was scared to death. He didn't even shower. He left. He didn't even go to run. You know, that's the kind of guy he is, man. He was a guy. He was solid. I mean, he didn't take a lot of this. I remember when spring training with Howard, you know, at the time when all the starters, they said, look, I'm tired of getting hit. Because I'm not going to go out there. I want you guys to take care of it, right? First spring training or early spring training, we were facing St. Louis, and Donovan Osborne smoked Howard. And Tommy was pitching. So all Tommy did is he looked at Dutch. And he said, first guy, St. Louis, first guy. And so happened that the first guy up was Donovan Osborne. And Tommy took care of business. He was playing. You know what I'm saying? So later on in the game, one of the nicest guys, Ricky Jordan, you know, he came in after a couple innings and spelled Truckee. He comes in and they drills Ricky. Oh, heck, it was a big brawl and everything. That's the kind of thing that brought us together. We took care of one another.
Yeah, that's better. That one's louder.
This one's louder? Okay. Well, it just so happened that we have two of the guys that have really supported our show at this stage view. I'm going to pick Milt first. He's been with us 5 times, and we really appreciate the fact that he gets up at night, comes out, talks to everyone about baseball, life, Dutch, everything. So you get the 5-year button, because, you know, that's all the budget can afford. That's all we got. That's all we got. So we appreciate Bill.
Absolutely.
He's been with us for a number of years now. Don't go away, Dickie, because you get the Lifetime Achievement Award, and you get a button too.
Well, thank you. I didn't think I would get back in good grace after
He
this.
shows up when we're just here, and he just comes in, buys raffle tickets, and just hangs out with us. So this is the kind of, we're talking about Dutch and Dutch's teammates. These are teammates for us.
Absolutely.
You know, guys that have supported this show, making, you know, just making friends, and totally appreciate the whole thing. Just an absolute, these guys are treasures. They are absolute treasures to us in the Phillies baseball community. I don't know where the new guys are going, but we're certainly going to miss these dudes because they're here, they're for the fans, they're for us. So, how about a big hand?
Thank you, guys.
We're far from done. You know, we can't say thank you to these guys enough. And again, we got a couple personal things going on. We got a Mike Schmidt wedding on Saturday. We have a Mike Schmidt. Everybody's got a Mike Schmidt. We got a Mike Schmidt. Stand up, Mike Schmidt.
Mike Smith.
And you're right, stand up.
There you go.
They've been with us forever. And
Yeah.
I shouldn't say, no, I won't say. But congratulations to the missus. I hope you made a good choice. All right, Emily, and baby Cole. Baby Cole was just born hours ago. They were interns with us forever. They moved to Florida. So we're going to shout out to Emily, Henry, and baby Cole. Guess who they named the baby after?
Yeah. Shocker.
Shocker, right?
Shocker. Oh, happy.
Go ahead.
So anyway, it's all about the Phillies family. Mike Schmidt, Paul Hamels, Bill Thompson, Dickie Knowles, Ed Wade. We're going to get Brett up here in a little bit to talk to us. Stevie Kells. I mean, this goes on. Tommy Green. But I can't press this enough. Scan QR codes. Check out what the foundation has going on. I know Shawnee was down in the Chesapeake last year. He and I are going. Are you in?
I'm the Uber driver.
You're the Uber driver. You're the only guy I know 53.
I don't drink.
Well, you know that.
Well, yeah.
All right, so medical tickets, we need all the help we can get because all this money is going back to the foundation. I know Brett wasn't here when we announced it earlier, but Team Toyota generously donating a $500 check for tonight. So, working with the team, they're doing a phenomenal job. Our sponsor, City Distilling, we got bottles of that for all the gentlemen up here tonight. Just an absolute treasure to us. What else? Where my social media? But anyway, up next, we're going to bring up here.
We got the Darren Dalton pretzel out there.
How about that?
Pretzel factory.
That Darren Dalton pretzel.
Larry Dalton, yeah, that's your, come on.
Yeah.
Give a shout out.
Philly Pretzel Factory from Langhorne. They donated. Brian that works there. He's an artist, and he built the pretzel Dutch. So that's one of the raffle prizes up there. It's an amazing 3-foot pretzel. So it's all out of it. So, get your Philly pretzels from Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
All right. We've got another treasure with us tonight. I mean, how about demonstrate they go to the Phillies Hall of Fame this year. It doesn't get any better than this. He helped build the 2008 championship team. He's in Philly. He's here. He's one of us. Got a few words for us?
First of all, I appreciate being here. Particularly for an event like this with Darren Goff being the primary person that we're talking about, because all of us, obviously, as teammates, had a perspective about it. We certainly did from the standpoint of his leadership in the clubhouse and how important that was not only to the guys playing with us, but just for motivation in terms of clubhouse leadership. He knew that Jimmy he didn't have to be out there policing things. Guys had so much respect for Darren. They weren't going to try to just overrun anything. And that I allowed Jimmy to constantly harass things in the game. And those types of guys are very hard to find. I have 40 plus years in the game. And I can tell you from a leadership standpoint, I didn't know anybody who was a player on the field who not only done it all on the field, but and the other players respond to anything that he said.
All right, he's our resident GM. He's retired. But if you have a question for him, I'm sure he put an answer together. Why not? Right? Anybody? Everybody? Too busy eating, right?
They are. We got a question.
Alma?
The question was about my thoughts about pre-rolls. I think we're all still trying to digest what exactly happened, because the commissioner had taken such a strong position on me that it came as a little bit of a surprise. I mean, you look from the standpoint of if we're going to look at the quality of the way that he played the game, not only from a statistical standpoint, but from the standpoint of his leadership on the field. I don't think there's any question about it. The question then becomes, what aspect of the other things that occurred are going to be taken into consideration. And a lot of that revolves around the gambling aspect of things. But now you look at our game today, and everything is sponsored by sports gambling. So it's a little bit disingenuous to single one guy out. I'm not saying that I agree with everything that happened in Pete's life, but it's certainly you have to put the perspective on things when you look at the environment that exists these days. I'm just hoping that the environment that exists these days doesn't lead to more players getting involved and damaging the sport in some other fashion.
Any other questions, comments, anything for our general manager? We'll always be my general manager. We put that 08 team together and doesn't get enough accolades for it.
As it's getting closer now with the August 1st, not sinking in yet. You were on here last month.
It's something I never even dreamed about. John Middleton had mentioned something in passing last year at the Hall of Fame event. But I was completely dismissed of it because I thought there was no. First of all, I don't think I belong there. I said there's a lot of group of guys. I started in 1977 as a manager, and a lot of the guys there, that generation of players were called on that wall. And we're talking about Bob Williams, Luzinski, and Schmidt, and Carlton, and Gary Malik, who was the best man of our wedding. And then you fast forward to the group of guys, the contemporary players that I was involved with. And I don't see a space there for someone like myself. But I'm eternally grateful for John Middleton to extend it. When the Phillies won in 08, I was like that the general manager in Houston.
Right.
I told the story. I was sound asleep when they won the World Series.
Right.
But my phone started to roll because of what Pat Gillick said about my involvement in putting that club together. So I'm eternally grateful to Pat for what he had to say. The only thing that could be better than what Pat said was for John Middleton to step up and decide that I was worthy of this honor, which it'll never be surpassed in my personal life. It'll never be surpassed by anything else that's ever happened.
Well, you definitely are responsible for that. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you've been there through a lot. You put this team together, and you know, it was easy enough. You could have traded some of those guys in time, but you guys steadfast in your plan.
Well, I
You
think,
know, to
I
keep
think,
it
I think that's a big part of it. We told our fans as we were dismantling the club that the economics would change and go from the Venice Citizens Bank card. And it was a tough sell.
Oh, yeah.
Because Philadelphia, you know, as you've seen in a lot of cities over the last 10 or 15 years, there are a lot of teams that just say, we're going to tank the whole season, we're going to tank multiple seasons. You know, my previous guy couldn't manage the Astros got away with that. You don't get away with something like that in a city like Philadelphia. You've got to be competitive every season, as competitive as you can be, because you don't want the fans saying, oh, you say you're going to be good for 3 years, okay, we'll be back in 3 years.
Right, exactly.
Because that's not acceptable. That wasn't acceptable to Bill Johns and David Montgomery and Lee Thomas, my predecessor, or anybody else in the organization. So we knew we had to be as competitive as we could be, but at the same time, never take our eye off the ball, getting good and staying good. We spent with the guys like Mike Walker, Ronnie Wolverton, and our scouts were out there finding the right guys with the right ability and the right makeup to play in the city of Philadelphia. And then to be able to bridge with guys like Tony and Kevin Woodward and Billy Wagner and others who came in. It was all about putting that core piece together and making sure we fulfill the promises of getting good and staying good. I wish it didn't happen sooner, obviously, from a selfish standpoint, but at the same time, it was what we had promised the fans we would do. That came in and finished it off, and we continue to build from there to the club that's out there competing every day today.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
All right, couple of minor announcements. Detailed Phillies cancellation yesterday. We lost Dan Baker and Ben Davis tonight. And I got a great announcement for next month. What's that date?
June 4th.
June 4th. We got Dan Baker and he's bringing Richard Allen Jr. with him. That's Dick Allen's son. So that'll be a nice addition to the show. So Dan will be here, and we'll work out something with our later date. I'm not sure on Ricky Bo. Ricky Bo gave us I will be here, but we still got time.
That's right.
So, again, I want to thank all the guys, wives, girlfriends, families, everybody. Again, give in the raffle tickets, 50-50, the autograph tickets, we got it all going on. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I hope you're having a great time. I'm going to ask the president of the foundation to come up and say a few words. Can we get a big hand for Rick now? Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending. Can everybody hear me? All right, I got a big mouth. So, I was very close with Darren, and in 2013, when he was diagnosed with brain cancer, he came to me with his wife and said, let's start a foundation to help families affected by the same type of brain cancer that I'm currently battling. And so we started the foundation in 2013. We're now into our 12th year, and I know Scott Rees of our board previously told you about what we do, but every dollar that we raise goes to families affected by brain cancer. So whatever support you can give us, whether it's monetary support, whether it's buying tickets, whether it's donating items, we're not shy. We will take anything because it helps, the trickle down effect, those families. I know Scott talked about our events, the two big upcoming events that we have. We have a golf tournament coming up on Monday, June 23rd up in Scranton at Elkview Country Club. And about 10 former Phillies who, Steve Jones will be there, Ed Wade will be there, a couple other guys will be there, Larry Boa, bunch of guys will be there. If you can support us, buy forces to that golf outing, that would be great. And there are two other big events after that, our annual golf outing and our celebrity bartending. Celebrity bartending is on Saturday, July 12th, a live casino.
And then our annual golf tournament at 2 Pound Country Club this year, the day before the All-Star Game on Monday, July 14th. That event is phenomenal. About 280 golfers over 36 holes. We've already sold out one of the courses. We have courses available on another course. It's just a great way to come out and enjoy the day. If you don't call, we have our first inaugural pickleball tournament. So we play pickleball. If you know anybody who plays pickleball, please go to our website. There's registration there. And then this year, we're really pleased to have two-time World Series champion and Darrensville's friend Danny Jackson, who's helping be the chairperson to an inaugural gala that we're going to be running in November at the Bellevue Hotel. So anything you can do to support us, we much appreciate. I have business cards here, the QR codes are there. Anything you need, just please come up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One last thing. We did a raffle for our charity. It's a Billy Mays New Jersey. So if you could pick a winner for us, that would be awesome.
Goes to the family and friends of Brett Dados. Goes to Phil Keys, Kees. Phil Keys.
There you go.
Is Phil here?
Not here. No, probably not.
You have to be present?
No.
You don't have to be present. All right, Phil Keys.
Thank you very much. All right. We're doing okay. I haven't reached the number that I was looking for, and I'm not going to reveal that number. I'd like to see everybody dig in. I got some awesome raffle prizes back there. And when I say awesome, I mean Carlos Ruiz autographed jersey, Cole Hamels autographed jersey. There's 4 beautiful Barry Dalton pieces back there.
Saquon Barkley autograph mini helmet, Super Bowl mini helmet.
Super Bowl mini helmet. Everybody knows who he is, right? There's a Super Bowl basket. There's a Super Bowl hat that was just given by James May. He's a numbers guy who's behind Kelsey and now Jordan Morana. There's a numbers hat that was just dropped off just a little bit ago. There's some great prizes. We talked about Pete Rose. There's a Pete Rose blue piece back there. Where's Dick? Dickie, have you talked about it?
He bought his flower.
He got his raffle tickets. Dickie knows. Did you buy your raffle tickets? All right, thank you. Thank you.
No, he did. He always wins. That's the truth. He always wins. He's the winner.
All right. Just a whole lot of fun. I'm pretty much running out of what we can talk about. I'm up here begging for money, like Brett said, we'll take anything at this point. So, you take Venmo, PayPal, credit card, yeah. I got Scott walking around with a basket like we're in church.
You got 50-50s as well?
I'm not going to touch that. All right, we're going to figure out how we're going to handle this autograph session at the end of the show. We'll probably divide the guys up. You need to buy one of these green wristbands so that you can come up to the player, get an autograph, get a photo up. We're going to try to do this as sensible as possible. But, Mark, my social media guru, we get the word out all the time, and we're very thankful for it. Can you give us just a few words? Just a couple of words.
What do you want me to talk about?
Well, let's talk about the art fields and the drone show Friday, Saturday night. Pigs, where you at? Anthony, where are you? You left.
Oh, he's out in the
I
hallway.
see it on the phone.
Breaking news, he's making some football.
So yes, we do have tickets to the Reading Fight and Phil's game Saturday night. We have the Air Center drone show. So if you're interested in any free tickets for that, we do have those. You can get those at the same spot you picked up the raffle tickets at. So just stop by and grab some of those. If you can't make it Saturday night, we also have tickets for our Fiesta Friday games, which is any Friday that the Titans are home. They're home for, and the dates are on those tickets. So feel free to stop by that table in the back there to pick those up.
That's the first ever drill.
First ever drone show.
Yes.
Um,
I've been told it's either going to be great or a mess. So we'll see.
Anywhere in between. We're going with three.
the Arthur's package service. The Arthur's package that was donated includes an Aiden Miller autographed baseball. Aiden Miller, he's the number one, number two prospect of the Phillies.
We're with them.
Score really short on. There you go. On cue.
Oh, yeah.
On cue. Anthony, did you, Mr. Titans? Got a few words for the fans. Sell the tickets, you're right. We're giving them away.
So I have tickets for this Saturday's game, the first ever drone show at the Reading Field. So we'll go on Saturday. First game at 4:45, the second game's right after that. And then it's the fireworks and then a post-game drone show. So if anyone's interested, just let me know. I'll send free tickets for you.
There you go.
Free tickets. Free.
Can't beat that.
All right. I got Kevin behind the bar. Say hi, Kevin. I got Jess behind the bar. Can I get two of my guys? I know Tommy will do this. Tommy, can I get you to pour a couple drafts? Just hit behind the bar. Who else can I get?
Tyler wants to go work.
Who else wants to go back here? Bill's eating, Timmy's eating. Bill gonna go? All right. We got Bill and Tommy gonna pour some drafts behind the bar. We enjoy getting these guys involved. So, come on down and get these guys doing some work. So we got Bill, Tommy, that's Kevin, that's Jess.
So I do have an announcement regarding the Willie Mays jersey. So we called Phil Keys to tell him that he won. And he has asked, he's going to come in Saturday to get a photo with Joe as the winner. But he has asked that we donate it back to the Darren Dollar Foundation for them to use it as they play.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So the
I
Willie
think
Mays,
you need to leave that.
I think Anthony's telling it right now. So the Willie Mays jersey, signed, framed jersey, will be going to the Darren Dalton Foundation for them to raise additional funds with it. So the winner from tonight, Phil Keys, has donated it to the foundation.
Thank you, Phil. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what it's all about.
All right, so I'm sure when Brett processes this, he'll realize that it's a $3,000 jersey of the great Willie Mays. So how cool is that?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. So, Kevin, things going okay back there? It's like having Santa back there, right?
I don't know about that. It's going a lot smoother without Santa. I know, I'm getting cold this year, I know.
Again, we're back here June 4th. June 4th, Dan Baker and Richard Allen Jr.
Get
So,
the Hall of Famers,
How about that? How about that?
About damn time that happened.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. But again, we're probably gonna keep you guys around here till about, I don't know, 8:15, 8:30. So spend more money, drink more beer, eat more wings, have fun. We're gonna figure out this autograph wine thing. And once we do that, then anybody with a green wristband, will actually come up at that time. So,
Yeah, make sure you
my
get.
podcast partner, John O'Brien, who does so much for the store, for the show, he doesn't get enough accolades as far as I'm concerned. So let's give it up for John O'Brien.
Thank you. And now all you guys support coming down here every month, never gonna help. So thank you all. I know I'm getting thumbs down. From Stan and Chris.
You got a lot of friends in the room.
It's all right.
All right.
It's all good. I can take it. Bring it on.
Tommy Green. I can use a Miller Lite. A tall one.
All right, make sure you get your wristbands for the show's beginning soon, so you don't want to miss out.
All right. Anybody got questions, comments, anything?
Just would like to thank the Dalton Foundation for coming out. You know, everybody we called, and everybody was gracious enough to come out and said, yeah, absolutely, we'll be there. And so I'm going to put the QR code up on the screen here for anybody watching. So if you want to donate, you can add to the show. That would be awesome. All the money's going to a lot of great people. If you grew up during the 93 team and watched that 93 team, you know how special it was. So dig in and help out all those guys. They gave us a great summer. That was a great summer into October.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Again, Team Toyota, thank you for your generous donation. Thank you, Tommy, for your generous care.
That's great.
Thank you to City Distilling. Thank you to the Distilling Pretzel Factory in Langford. You guys checked out and got a photo of the Dutch pretzel over there. And that's not the coolest thing. I don't know. Our friends here at Buffalo Wild Wings, Tyler's on duty tonight. The general manager, Joe Cameron, is in Dallas. But he's always gracious for us to do whatever we want in his restaurant. And we can't thank all of them enough. Again, to all the guys, the foundation, everybody. Our heartfelt thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Whatever we can do in the future, we'd love to, get together and do this again, maybe make this a regular event. But again, thank you. Thank all of you. And we'll see you next month.